Welcome to Indian Chef. Today we are going to cook a very flavorsome and delicious biryani. It is called Lucknow Biryani. Now this biryani is very different from the rest of the biryanis that we get to eat outside. It is very delicate in flavors and it's mildly spiced. You don't get to eat the spices while eating the biryani, but you definitely get to feel the flavors of the spices. So I have with me a product from Chefboss. It's called Lucknow Biryani, and this has all the flavors of biryani in the form of gravy. So we don't have to hunt around for all the spices and masalas. You have everything in one go. So by using this masala, we can cook the flavors of Lucknow Biryani. Before we start cooking the biryani, I have with me 600 grams of chicken, which I have marinated with 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, 2 tablespoons of clarified butter, which is ghee, and 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder. By marinating this for 30 minutes, the chicken becomes juicy and succulent. Okay, here as you can see, I have chopped onions, which are thinly sliced. I have used 3 to 4 medium-sized onions for this preparation. So here in this, I have added 200 ml of oil. So first thing is we are going to fry these onions golden brown. We are going to saute them till they turn golden brown. As you can see, the onions are getting golden brown. We need to saute it for another 2 to 3 minutes to get them completely, golden brown. You can lower down the flame, and if you want to fasten their coloring, you can add a bit of salt into it. This will help the onions get nice golden brown. Now our onions are completely cooked up. As you can see, the colors have come out brilliantly. They are nice golden brown. So we will take them off the heat now. Now we will be frying the chicken which we had marinated some time back. And to fry that, we will use the same oil which we used to fry the onions. Because this oil will contain all the aromas and flavors of the onion, which will further enhance the flavor of the biryani. So I will use this oil. Oil is heated up now. To this I am going to add the marinated chicken. We will saute this meat for at least 3 minutes in the oil. Now our chicken is cooked for more than 3 minutes now. We are going to cook it only 50% at the moment, and the rest of the 50 will be cooked when the biryani is put to dum. Now to this we will be adding this Lucknow Biryani gravy from Chefboss. Now this gravy has all the aromatics and spices. It even has oil in it. So we will be adding very less of clarified butter full of flavoring, as it already contains oil in it. So we are going to give it a stir now. I'm going to mix the chicken nicely. We'll cook it here for at least 5 minutes now. so all the, you know, the gravy rawness comes out. Now the masala is nicely coated the chicken. Now to this we will add 100 ml of curd. And mix it well. This ready-made gravy for the biryani has got enough salt in it, so please don't add more salt to it. So we'll cook it in this curd for 3 minutes. And now after this cooking, we'll add further 200 ml of milk to form the yakhni. We will add now the fried onions which we had fried earlier, and we'll keep some for the garnish in the end. And mix it nicely. This onion is optional actually, because as I told you earlier, the gravy has all the ingredients. It has the aromatics, it has all the masalas. I am just adding it to give an extra punch to the biryani. I also prefer adding some green chilies to enhance the flavor, but again, as I said, it's optional and it is left to your discretion. Now I'm going to add the 200 ml of milk for the yakhni. Mix it nicely in the gravy. Let it cook in this milk for another 5 minutes. So as you can see, I am heating 2 liters of water in a handi, which is almost in a boiling point, to it. And now basically this I'll be using to cook the rice, and we will cook the rice up to 70% only, and the rest will be cooked during the dum. So I will add some aromatic spices here. I'll add 2 bay leaves, 4 or 5 cardamoms, and 4 to 5 cloves. Let it boil in this water for 5 to 6 minutes. As you can see, the chicken is cooking in the gravy and the tari has come on the top. I'm going to remove the chicken at this point. The reason, as I told earlier, that 50% of the chicken will cook during the dum. If I cook it now, it will segregate, it will break. So I'll remove the chicken now. Okay, now our gravy is nicely cooked and you can see the oil is floating. Now is the time to filter it. We are filtering this gravy to extract the fine yakhni, the flavorsome yakhni containing all the aromatics and spices. But as I said, it is completely optional for you to filter it. You can even cook the rice with it if you want more, more masalas to your biryani. So it's absolutely okay if you don't want to filter the gravy. So you can see this is the fine yakhni that we have extracted after filtering the masala. We will also use this gravy to color our rice. So I will take a little of this yakhni. I'll just collect the oil from the top. As you can see that I have boiled this water for close to 6-7 minutes. Now it's nicely boiled and it has taken up all the flavors of the spices which I had put earlier. So we'll remove these spices before adding the rice to it. So I've removed the spices now. I have already added 2 teaspoons of salt to it. You can adjust the salt as per your taste, but just ensure the water is salty as seawater. That should be the correct amount of salt in this water. Now I'm going to add this rice. This is a 2-year aged basmati rice. Alright, you can use any good quality of basmati rice for your preparation. I have soaked this rice for at least 1 hour in the water so that it comes out fluffy and nice. The best part is if you use an old aged basmati rice, it remains firm. But if you use a new basmati rice, the chances are it will break and it will not have much flavors to add on to the biryani. So I will be cooking this rice in this water up to 70% cooked. Not beyond it, because as I have already soaked it for 1 hour, it is now very delicate. So I have to ensure that it just cooks up to 70%. I will also add a tablespoon of clarified butter to it so that the rice doesn't stick to each other. I will lightly shake it. I will also add few drops of lemon. This ensures the rice doesn't break. And the rice is fluffy and white. Now I just checked the rice. You can see now this rice is almost 70% cooked. Now this will form the first layer for the biryani. So I am going to switch it off and going to start layering the process. Now in this yakhni, I will be putting those chicken pieces which I had removed earlier to prevent the overcooking of it. I'll give it a quick mix now so that they coat the chicken well. Now we can put the layer of rice on it. The 70% cooked rice. So this will form the first layer. Yeah, now the top layer rice is almost cooked to 90%. So we'll just finish the second layer of coating. Now the final step, our biryani is ready for the dum. And you can see that I placed a thin tawa below it so that the heat penetrates to the handi slowly and cooks the rice evenly. And now the last step is, previously I had extracted some yakhni. I had taken the oil from it. Now this I'll be using it for coloring purpose. I don't suggest that you use artificial chemical colors for this. The best way to color your rice is extract the oil from the yakhni and you can just spread it across. This will take care of your coloring, alright? I had also taken saffron, 20 to 15 strands of saffron in hot milk. So you can use 20 to 30 ml milk, hot milk, and place them, and this will also give an excellent color to your biryani. Now we will add a little bit of ghee to flavor it. This is absolutely optional. If you don't have saffron, there is another trick to get the yellow color is take 30 ml of milk and add half a teaspoon of turmeric and keep it for some time. You will get the same natural color and it will enhance the beauty of your biryani further. Now we are ready to, put it to dum. So before that we will we'll use a little bit of dough, make a dough from wheat, and then place it on the sides of the handi. This will prevent the moisture from escaping and will cook your biryani moist and will keep all the flavors also intact. So I have placed the dough across the handi. This will prevent the all the steam from inside from escaping and will cook the biryani nice moist. So first 5 minutes we'll cook it in high heat and another 5 minutes in medium high heat, and the last 5 minutes we'll cook it in low heat. Our biryani is ready now, and we have cooked it for more than 15 minutes. We kept it 10 minutes off the flame so that the rice firms up, because we shouldn't open the biryani immediately after it's cooked, and we should leave it to rest for another 10 minutes so that it firms up. So we'll open it now. So you can see the biryani has cooked well. We'll use a slicer to check. You can see this. You should not immediately put the slicer inside and take out the biryani because it's delicate. It's cooked well. Now we are plating our biryani. I had initially taken the top layer, the saffron rice. I like fried onions on top of my Lucknow biryani. Biryani is ready now, so let's taste it and see how it's come out. The flavor of biryanis are good, and frankly I never expected these kind of flavors to be delivered, especially when you're making Lucknow biryani. It's much above my expectation. So it's a great product from Chefboss. You can order this product online from Chefboss website. All the details are given in the description. Please have a look at that. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe